STAKK Nation, welcome back to the channel.
Champions.
You know, when we look at this Bitcoin and crypto space, right, I think it's interesting to see the various angles that everyone is approaching it from, right? The various characters, companies, and groups really that are emerging within the Bitcoin and crypto space, right? And today, I think it'd be nice. Let's just take an overview, right? Let's just look at what are these main groups, and just a quick introduction, a quick chit chat on what these main groups are and what we think their vision or their impact on this whole space might be.
Maybe it might even help you identify who you are or what kind of person you are in the space. If you are in the space or thinking of getting into the space.
Yeah, or what kind of person you would like to be in the space. Right.
Yep.
So I think we can break this down to three sort of. Well, there's probably more than three. But we'll just go with I'll say four for now.
Okay.
Right. We have innovators. And then we have people, I guess we could say generally antagonists.
Troublemakers.
Right? Yes. And then you have people where competition, but in most cases, I will see a lot of this competition. I guess it depends competition to what, right?
Other people in the space.
Yes, if we're looking at competition to other people in the space, yeah, that's great. And then there's competition there. But then, of course, there's also people who are competitors to actual blockchains. Like people want to compete with Bitcoin, for example, right? What are your... And then, of course, there's the consumers, the everyday person who's just learning.
To throw my money into
exactly,
it.
Right?
See if I can make some money. I still like the stock market,
Right. But again, I think that all these people were, whether you're an innovator, antagonist, or competition, these were all just participants at some point, right? And then there's, well, actually, I think I want to say educators and content creators and people like that are actually under the innovators.
Yes,
Because we're really pushing a field of education or a lane of education that is not out
commonly it's not the norm.
It's all new.
Yeah,
it's all new, right? So it's like we are trying to foster
pioneering solution. Yeah,
exactly. We're trying to really build our own. I guess, how would you say? I don't want to say we're trying to build our own environment economically. There's this line. This is my favorite line back when I was in school. Where they say, you are the leaders of the future, and I think that our generation is now here, right? We are now here to lead our future because the future is now, right? You say that all the time too. And the legacy people will not let things go. So now that we are here and everything is wrecked, I think that we are now forced to create our own path forward.
Yep, they will not let it go. So of course we got to, we have to create that lane.
Exactly.
I also say for the innovators, some of them have just gotten to the point that they've realized that everything they've learned or known all their lives, it's sort of a lie, or it's a box that they realize they need to get out of.
Exactly.
So you're not forced to innovate or pioneer out of that.
Absolutely.
So which then creates the antagonist. Because who the hell do you think you are? Why do you think you know what you know?
Yeah.
You've gone crazy.
Yeah.
Those are the antagonists, right? And then the competitors are like, oh, I get what that innovative guy is doing. Okay, think you're smart.
Yeah.
I got competition for you.
Yeah, I'll do something better.
It's normal. It's human, right?
Yeah.
And if you're new to the space, or you're currently in the space and you don't know what's going on, it's okay. You're just participating. You could be an investor, but we are here to help you guide and inform you about what's going on in the space. That's what we'll do over here at STAKK.
Awesome. So let's take it from the top of the innovators then. So we know innovators, like we mentioned, I think innovators are, generally when you think of innovators, you think of people who are creating, building, providing services and all these other things to essentially foster a new environment, product, whatever the case might be. And I think that you have obviously massive companies like And here's what is really cool about this: there's a lot of open source companies that have this open source. Like let's say
Like
when you think of
Nostr.
when you think of like Noster, when this is communication, right? Having that peer-to-peer communication. When you think of people who provide software for Bitcoin nodes, right? Say
Umbrel.
like Umbrel,
Yeah.
and there's a few others as well, like
Rocket.
Bitcoin node, Rocket. These are those groups of people that are really trying to leverage the decentralization that Bitcoin provides, right? To allow people to be able to gain that sovereignty back, that financial sovereignty.
They've gone through being a participant to
Yeah.
understanding it to now saying, let's provide value back to the community.
Exactly. Then you have people who provide payments, like so, like your
Cash App,
Cash
Strike,
App, Strike, and then people who just self-custody
Ripple,
wallets,
Blockstream wallets,
right?
BigPay.
And this is for the Bitcoin side of things.
Yeah.
At the same time, we also have the crypto side, and I would say you could really say that scammers are also under innovators, or would you say those are antagonists?
No, they're not antagonists. So, like Veritas, for example, right?
Yeah.
Was one of the early day founders of DeFi and everything else.
Yeah.
But they shut his black ass down. Excuse my French.
Oh man.
But then
They
Ripple
came at him hard, man.
Ripple was
Crazily.
allowed to fly.
Yes.
So,
Yes.
but then they eventually shut Ripple down too.
Yes.
Well, they're not fully shut down. They're still in cuts.
I would say Ripple is an antagonist because these people are trying to push CBDCs, which is about locking down people,
Yep.
right? So there is that. But these are and other companies along those lines, right? Obviously, we're not going to list all these companies unless they're paying us to do so. But but you get the gist of the idea, right?
Baby.
Yes, you got to pay us to keep talking. But I think that in general, people get the idea of what we're talking about, right? This is the group of people who are creating actual products within the space, whether it's Bitcoin or crypto, that allows you to be able to engage in many different things or actually carry out the same activities that you do right now in a centralized system, but on a decentralized system, or allows you to get rock pulled as well.
When it says that, what it's trying to tell you is that there is the real decentralization, by definition, Bitcoin,
Right.
and the so-called decentralized by theme, but that's the rug pull machine.
Yeah. Innovative rock pulling. Now, we'll move on to the antagonist here. When we come to the antagonist,
Number one on your list.
these are some people that have caused me unnecessary high blood pressure in the past. And I've gotten to a point where I decided, like, you know what? I'm just going to ignore them. These people are not worth me
Let me
stressing.
guess. Spirit
Yeah.
shift.
Peter Schiff is on the top of the list. Interestingly, Peter Schiff is at the very top of the list because, and the reason that frustrates me about now for antagonists, these are people who are just opposed to
Full out.
Bitcoin.
Out there you come out the box.
yes, anything that is like not what they are into. It's a scam. It's horrible. They don't want to understand it. They'll argue with you about it all day long to no end, but they're wrong. Okay?
Jim Cramer.
Jim Cramer is at the top of that list. That guy is a straight up scammer because it's not like he's making those stuff. He knows what he's doing. He's paid to do that. So continuous rock pull. You want to talk about living through a robbery? All of y'all, if you've ever listened to Jim Cramer, if your portfolio is living through a robbery, okay. Jamie Dimon.
Oh, of course, man. JP Morgan. Why you gonna mess with that? That's the big money. You're messing with my old money, man. What you coming for?
Antagonist. Printed money and given to these people.
Yo.
Also a vocal critic of Bitcoin. It's not like we're just throwing these names out there. We've all seen it. Warren Buffett.
And his body.
Oh, what is that? What is his friend's name again?
Oh, how am I running the black on this name?
Sir, you are so old that you've been written into the history of our memories. It's okay. Thank you for your great work. What's his name?
I like to say something about his coke, though.
Listen, they're poisoning the whole society with Coca-Cola. Okay, horrible product, not good for your health. If you're drinking it, it is your own funeral. Buffett himself should be ashamed. Okay, you're poisoning society in the name of profits.
Yo.
Fine, capitalist. Okay, that's fine. You must be proud of yourself.
Hey.
You could also say that. Let me not go there, sir.
Let's
That
leave him alone.
Yeah.
Let's leave him alone.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Yeah. Anyway, Chinese government. What are your thoughts?
Chinese government is just flip flopping everybody, man. Like the Chinese jury is like I can like they play mind games.
Yeah.
You know? I'm not even sure if this whole thing was a plan the entire time. Like, wait a second, this is a great product. but it's going to impact our strategy of us controlling our nation. So let's shut it down. But guess what? Why are we shutting it down? This could be a weapon to take over America. Let's bring it back.
Well, listen, I think that anybody who has not understood it yet, anybody who is trying to use it as a weapon to another, there's
It's
two
a peaceful
antagonists.
solution.
Yeah, there's two antagonists, man. They have always been, resolution by fire. Yeah, we're in a different time. You have to have more finesse. Right?
Yep.
Yeah. Now, what would you say is the competition?
The number one competition from day one, like this dude just walked out of nowhere. It was working with the Bitcoin initial dev team and was like, oh, you're too slow. We need to increase the block size.
Yeah.
We can do this. Went to China to get some funds, got some money from the World Economic Forum and started building Ethereum.
Yeah. Competition to Bitcoin, competitors to Bitcoin, right? Or blockchain competitors. It's very interesting, this one, because this is a group of people that it seems that they have decided to redefine what decentralization is. And they've created this very interesting websites. So many cool websites, so many cool things you can do. But these are all things that you can do on the regular internet. But they just call it decentralized. And then you have to use like this, cryptographic way to be able to sign it. Right? Your passphrase and secret keys and things like
That's
that.
the only difference.
That is the only difference with this thing. I get it. That is fine. But, these people are comparing themselves to the ultimate blockchain, the most decentralized blockchain out there that is not really being overseen by a central entity like these ones are, has more runtime than any of this blockchain.
99.9
So, the competition is what it is.
hasn't been hacked.
The competition has been rock pulled multiple times. Not that we're bashing them, but we're just saying that this is just the nature of the space as it is. These are the competitors to Bitcoin. These are just legitimately Bitcoin's competitors, horrible opponents, if you will. We're just calling it as it is. I don't really think it. The tricky thing about the crypto space is sometimes you try to describe some things and it sounds like you're just trying to, lob blows at people. But the reality of the matter is, if you look at the situation as it is, it's just the words that can be used to describe most of these things that are competing with Bitcoin. They are not as reliable. They are not as decentralized. They are not as safe. This is evident in the amount of rock pulling that has happened. This is evident in how many times these people have changed their protocol or something. This is evident in the amount of centralization that has come to light. This is evident in so many different areas
Just
where
imagine.
you're left with nothing else but to just accept that they are terrible competitors. They don't seem to have the interest of self-sovereignty at heart. They don't seem to have your interest or my interest, right? The people's interest at the forefront of their development.
They only care about their wallets.
Exactly.
And I was going to add to that by saying, just imagine all the bad rules that Bitcoin has gone through. Imagine if Ethereum had to go through that same level of attack.
Dude, Ethereum can be shut down right now.
Yep.
Instantly.
Just go to AWS and shut down the services.
It cannot go through what Bitcoin has gone. China banned Bitcoin mining. They shut
20% is still there.
They shut a lot down and moved it across the world. And Bitcoin keeps chugging along. Ordinals have shown up, chugging along. The block size wall has happened, chugging along. What else?
Governments, SEC,
Governments have come at it, chugging along. People,
exchanges shut down, banks
Right?
blocking you from accessing it.
there is fraud that has been thrown at it, man. Peter Schiff has said it's going to zero. Mathematically, I don't see how. How do you think he's credible if he really thinks Bitcoin is going to zero?
Peter Schiff is slowly changing his mind. It's messing around with Bitcoin evidence now.
He has to change his mind, bro. But I will not forget where he came from. You know what I mean? Because he needs to remember that you made an idiotic move, sir. We're going to remember that. You've done a massive disservice to the people that you invest for. All those people you're holding gold for, you could have been like, it is your job as a fund manager to find the next greatest opportunity, gold, and just sticking with gold. That is lazy investing, sir. You own the freaking pool, man. You navigate, you control a lot of, you know, who to talk to and so on and so forth, right? So now it's like you don't really know how to be a real investor anymore.
No, it's the best way for him to be an investor because it's an investment portfolio that he does not have to do any work but charge a fee to hold it for them. You get it? You know how people are always trying to find the best way to make money?
Yeah.
So he created an institution to what work are you doing holding some of this gold?
Well, that's why I say then it's like Bitcoin is now calling you out, sir. You have to prove to us. You have to prove to us that you are this great investor by identifying Bitcoin. Well, you can't because you already made yourself. You already told us what it is on Twitter, so we already know.
You're a great investor when you can manage volatility.
Yeah.
And still win. But if you're saying you're investing like there's zero volatility, almost no volatility, and you're just holding on,
you're holding people's money,
and you can hardly even win against inflation, then what's the purpose?
You're holding money.
You're waiting for doomsday to happen before your return comes back.
Exactly.
Anyway, let's talk about the last people, which is kind of what we're here for. Right. The market participants, the retail investors.
Absolutely. What are your thoughts on the retail investors?
Guys, watch out. Just watch out. It's a new space, as you can see. It's still pioneering.
Yeah.
The media will mix everything up, call everything crypto. Be careful. It's Bitcoin and crypto. And as you get involved in the space, just like we talk now, you will start learning a lot more about that. What you need to identify, though, is that the core reason why we are here is because of Bitcoin, not crypto.
Absolutely. Well, that is all we have for this one, ladies and gentlemen. We hope you found this informative, educational, or entertaining. Any one of those. Let us know down in the comments what you think. Are there other areas of the crypto space which we missed? I'm sure we did. We would like to know more, and we would like to also go dig into it ourselves.
Meme coins? What are they?
They're all built on Ethereum. There's a reason why Ethereum is called mother of all shit coins.
Agitators.
I think when you say Ethereum, man, it covers like so much garbage.
Competition then.
Yeah, it's incredible. Now I think the competition now becomes who can rock pool more than the other in that eco space, right? All right. Well, until next time, ladies and gentlemen, please, like, share, subscribe. Okay, STAKK on Twitter. STAKK on Twitter, STAKK on YouTube, and of course STAKK on Spotify as well. Until next time,
champion.
Yes, be a champion. Please hit the like button and all that good stuff. Until next time, brazen out.
Double O.